Bedtime Stories. I'm Gammy, and I'm so happy that you could join me today for story time. I hope you've had a wonderful week wherever you are. I hope that you've had fun and enjoyed yourself. And so without further ado, let's get right into our story tonight. Our reading this afternoon has permission been given by Cottage Door Press, and the name of our story is The Dog and His Reflection. Oh, looky there. Puppy was having the best day of his life. The farmer had just given him his very first bone. Puppy's very first bone ever. It was a magnificent bone with lots and lots of juicy meat. Although Puppy couldn't wait to eat, he wanted to show it off around the farm first. "What a fine bone," said Hen as Puppy strutted proudly past. "It's nearly as big as you," laughed Cow. That looks tasty," said Fox. You wouldn't like to share it, would you?" Puppy quickly trotted off, the bone still clenched firmly in his teeth. Look at him going there. He was so happy to have his very first bone. He was showing all the farm animals. He was looking for a place where he could be on his own with no one else hungrily watching him. So he headed for the woods. Wonder what he's going to do in the woods. Puppy had never been into the woods before. What do you think he's going to run into in the woods? It always looked very dark and a little bit scary, but it seemed a good place to enjoy his bone in peace. But the woods was even scarier than he imagined. An owl hooted at him from the trees. "Sorry, didn't mean to frighten you," said the owl. "I was just admiring your fine bone. Make sure you take good care of it." Although the owl turned out to be friendly, Puppy still didn't really like the woods. So he ran all the way through to the other side, where he found lush green fields. So all the animals are kind of looking at his bone, aren't they? Wonder what they're thinking. Puppy had never been this far away from home before. It was exciting, but a little bit scary too. Soon he came to a wooden bridge over a very clear river. This was very different from the streams around the farm, which were all muddy and full of weeds. Puppy was curious. On the other side of the bridge, a family of rabbits were playing in the field. "The rabbits won't want to share my bone," Puppy thought. "I'll dash over the river and dig into it in peace." By now, Puppy was feeling very hungry indeed. He was so hungry, all he wanted was to sit in the soft grass and chew his bone in peace. He wobbled as he started crossing the old bridge. He tried not to look down, but when he reached the middle, he just could not resist to take a glance. What do you think, boys and girls? What do you think Puppy saw when he glanced down? Let's see. He was surprised to see another dog peeping out from under the bridge. There was dog there, he thought. He thought he'd seen another dog. Let's see what he really seen. Puppy went a bit closer to the edge to have a better look. As he did so, the other dog peeked out even farther, so Puppy could now see his whole face. In between his teeth, he was also carrying a bone, and it looked just as big and just as juicy as Puppy's bone. I wish I could have had that bone too, thought Puppy. So he started to growl at the other dog, hoping that it would make him drop the bone and run away. Now, the owl had flown out of the woods and come to perch on a nearby tree. He was watching Puppy very carefully. "Oh dear," said the owl with a shake of his head. "Oh my goodness, what do you think is going to happen?" Puppy began to growl even louder at the other dog. After all that, dog did not look any bigger than himself, but the other dog still refused to run away, seeming to growl back. Is he growling back at Puppy? Do you think so? It's not a real dog or a real bone, hooted the owl. Be happy with what you have already, instead of being greedy and trying to have even more. But Puppy was not listening. He suddenly let go of the fiercest bark he had ever made. Woof, woof, woof. And what happened, boys and girls? Immediately, the other dog dropped his bone. Splash! Puppy felt very proud of himself. But when he realized that he didn't have his own bone either, it must have fallen out when he opened his mouth to bark. Yes, there it was, right at the bottom of the river. Oh no! Puppy sniffed. He sniffled miserably. He noticed that the other dog was sniffing miserably too. It was then that Puppy finally realized that the other dog wasn't real at all, nor was the other dog's bone. The owl was right. It was just himself, reflected in the clear water. Seeing what had happened, one of the little rabbits hopped onto the bridge. "Don't worry," he cried. "Come and play with us." But Puppy did not feel like playing. Instead, feeling hungry and sad, he set off on his own, just as the wise owl had told him. He should have been content with the gift he had and not greedily want even more. The end. Well, boys and girls, Gammy hopes that you enjoyed our story tonight. And I guess the lesson we could take away from this story is we need to be thankful and content with the things that we have in life, and not want what other people have, but be happy with what we have and be thankful to God for what we have. And if you enjoyed our story tonight, Dog in His Reflection, Gammy would love it if you give me a big thumbs up and share and subscribe. I appreciate your support more than you'll ever know. And until next story time, God bless you all and sweet dreams. Bye-bye.